Okay, we're doing one cheap-ass backyard R&R heads and valve cleaning. So we knocked them out with a hammer. You file this here with a file to knock off the burrs. Then he took a file and filed off the carbon here. And now he's lopping them. When we're done, it's going to look like this. It still looks like crap, but it's better than it was. Actually, it wasn't that one. This one. You can see a little small lap area, but not much. But at least now it's smooth and not full of carbon. Starting to feel kind of loose on there now instead of digging in?
It's getting there.
All right.
It's moving around a lot better.
Well, when you get tired, pull it out and clean it. That's the dirty rag right there. If it's still cutting, just keep on uncutting. So these are, what's the 84 bike?
Mm-hmm.
So we had to cut out the original 84, early 85 stuff because it was all rounded over. Kind of like that one. So we converted the late model stuff, but then we had to cut the head, I had to drill the heads out to a 9/16 hole because they only had a 7/16 hole in there to run the late model hardware. Okay, got a spot now. See that shiny area was shiny, now it's dull. See, that means it's actually contacting it. See, it looked like this when we started. Get a little carried away in valve. Why'd you scratch up your seeds?
Inexperience.
Yeah, well, that means it leaks more now. So there's what it looks like after you cut this head. See that spot right there with black all the way across?
Mm-hmm.
That's called a lack of air seal. You only got one of those, not too bad. The exhaust isn't too awful bad, but typical pitting. Unknown mileage. It has miles on it, that's all we really know. So we're going to change out the valve string, so you left it over, what you said, a month in a bucket of Simple Green and water.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to your valve springs when you do stupid or smart stuff like that. So this one you pull apart today instead of oil on it so it doesn't destroy the spring. If you run a rusty spring like that one over there, it'll reward you by braking. And that'll reward you by making your motor brake, which will not be fun. Okay, so this one goes over there.
Mm-hmm.
So put that on the other side. So these ones come out of this head. So now you get to do the same thing on this head that you did on the last head. Okay. So dip your finger over there lightly, don't get too much on it. Oh, we didn't clean this area off here yet. You didn't clean this.
I can do it.
You're gonna have to. My camera stands in the back. Okay, remember only we gotta get this carbon off right here where it goes in the guide, otherwise it sticks in the guide and won't let the valve close. So do it over the garbage can. And just push on the side of the file that's only on the part you want to cut. We don't want to cut the stem any. So, no, don't stand on edge. Just lay it flat, but only put pressure on the one side. Understand? And just go back and fast up the angle a little bit.
Like that?
Yeah, just go back and forth as you're filing it. If you're digging in, you're making damage. So just trying to get the carbon off. Do more rotation and sliding at the same time. Up and down like that as you're rotating. Kind of like taking a pocket knife and just sliding it back and forth. Yeah, more like that. See how the carbon starts breaking up and coming off quicker now?
Oh yeah.
You can feel that when it breaks down. So. You got most of it off now, or you still feel it?
It's still on there pretty good.
Okay, well quit screwing around, take it off. Don't follow one spot, that puts grooves in there. Okay, keep it moving. That's what the intake we're doing? No, it's exhaust. Okay, that's an exhaust. No, small one's exhaust. See, a small hole, big hole, and big hole, small hole. Yeah, that one fits. Alright, let's see how it works.
Okay.
Let's see the carbon build up on the guide down here.
Oh yeah.
Got the same on the valve. Okay, should just drop like a. See how the valve drops right down to the seat now like it's supposed to?
Mm-hmm.
You
Doesn't
rotate
get
a little
stuck
bit.
like it was?
Yeah, rotate around a little bit, make sure it's free all the way around. It is. Okay, that's a good one.
Okay.
Okay, now we gotta do the intake. Now this one doesn't have as much, just a little bit. Here's the one I was using. So to file this flat here, I stick it on a table and I rotate around it as I do it. Alright, let me see that. Let me get my camera stand. I'm tired of holding my camera, I can't work with one hand. This is what it's supposed to look when you do a real valve job. But we're not doing a real valve job. There it is. I need this. Yep, we need that. See, that's how they're supposed to be, nice and clean. Ready to do a valve job. We're not doing that. Is this the $5 valve job or the $10 valve job?
I think this is a $5 one.
The $5 one, okay. Gotta make sure I get the right price point here on what I'm doing. You do realize the valve seals cost $8.
You're doing real well then.
Should be in your gasket set that you might have.
Yeah, I have them. Full,
Of course you didn't bring them with you.
how would I?
Oh.
Didn't know we were going to be doing a valve job. Just like that.
Is it on there?
I think so.
Yeah, let me see it. So you only put, whoa, what do you got so much on there for? See, he put enough on there like they do on TV. See, I don't put anywhere near that much on there. Okay, see that's on there? That's enough. Okay, see this is left over?
It's enough for the other one.
It's enough for this one, see? You're just priming it, you're not flooding it. Grit goes a long ways. And keep it out of your damn motor. There's that dirty rag. Make sure you wipe your hands off over there. You don't want that grit in your motor, guaranteed. Now to file this edge right here, the keeper groove, where you can't get them out of the motor, you lay them on the table and you go like this. You kind of rotate them a little bit as you file. Over here. So I'm going like that, I'm rotating the valve like that each time. And when it has a high spot, you can hear it. When you get to the high spot, work on that until it's smooth like it is now. That way you don't chew up your valve, you only cut when you want to. And don't hit it with a stupid grinder. It destroys stuff. I got more carbon than the other head?
A little bit.
Yeah. I gotta find you some valve springs. That's why you don't throw away all your old junk parts that you give away to customers that don't want them. You know how many hundreds of valve springs I've thrown away? So, here's a nice set that are not corroded. They look almost like these ones here, except they're cleaner. Make sure they're about the same height overall, so you know they're the same. Take the collar, make sure they fit in there like they're supposed to. Even though they came out of Evo box, you always got to check, make sure they're Evo. Or early twin cam, same thing. Okay, so these fit good. So we got a set of new to you valve springs. Are you happy?
Absolutely.
That one clean better?
Looks nice in there.
The gouges clean up a little bit you put in with the file? Yeah, got to be. So you can see the gouge where you put the file across, but it looks like you cleaned up most of it. Yeah, you're a little bit too aggressive where the file was. It's alright, no damage. Nothing that matters anyway. Okay, so using that, I am going to go clean off the other head stuff real quick. You're done using my lapping compound. I can tell how much you use. See, it's got a big gap in the bottom of the thing here.
I'll take care of you on it.
See why it lasts longer when I use it?
I'll take care of you on it. Not gonna let you go out hurting over lapping compound.
You gonna leave me hanging?
Nope. I'll give you some of this motor resin.
Alright. Turning good?
Turned out.
Or not turning out. Okay, we're all wiped off the dirty rag.
Yes, sir.
Get rid of that one. Clean the table off. Okay, now we have clean parts. Now let me get rid of the dirty parts here.
Okay.
Okay. Back, clean up. Look out the other ones, how they look. dead camera time going.
Be fun to cut out later.
I don't edit.
Fucking send it.
Whatever you said is in there.
Just send it.
Okay, clean the crappy oil off your keepers here. Just to be different. Okay, so there's what they look like now. Still see all the low spots in there. Swap sides out.
So every little black spot in there's a low spot.
Black is low, shiny is high. Guess what part the valve hits on?
The high part.
There you go. You're experienced. So, there's almost no black. There's almost no shiny. About equal. About 50-50. 50-50 is pretty good. That means you're good. As long as it's not all black in one spot, that's what you don't want.
Get a good enough seal to run.
Yeah, you want to be able to actually seal. They should have valve in straight. Yeah, it's definitely got a lot of wear through there, but yeah, it's vintage. It'll work. That's all we need. Vintage parts.
We like vintage.
Let me clean the gasket circuits yet, though. Should have done that before I cleaned it, but I skipped. Yeah, you gotta keep your O-ring. Is that a vintage O-ring?
Vintage.
Or is that a steel washer?
$25 O-ring.
Feels like a steel washer, it's so down. Now, if you notice, I already scraped the gasket off the other side.
I did, thank you. That one got cleaned up, this one came right off the motor to here.
This is a vintage O-ring. It's still kind of pliable, a little bit.
Not bad for 35 years, huh?
Well, it might have been a part before. Oh, it's been a part before because that had James gasket
Had James on
the rocker box.
the rocker box.
Okay, so now we're going to see how good these valves are. Okay, so you take this, put them together, do a light test. So you hold them to light up there, you look through your port, and if you see any light, see that valve when you got light, you rotate in a circle like this, and if you don't see no light, you're good to go. See any light on the exhaust? Hold it up where you can see it. If you don't see no light, you're golden.
Looks good.
See the intake, flip it around. That's called light testing. No light means good.
Awesome.
Okay, check the other one, make sure there's no light. Okay, got the new valve seals he didn't bring over. Tool I made for installing them. It's in the service book what this tool is. It'll give you dimensions. That part's dirty now. Blow it off again. Second clean job on that one. That one was good?
It does.
Alright. We're flying now. Okay, both valves going out. Good because I filed the grooves. No drag. Alright. This one's going to haul ass. Or at least haul something. Okay, we want to wipe off the seal area a little bit. See all the muck that comes off the seal area. That's pretty clean. Okay, cleaner's off. See, it looks like that when you pull it off, it was dirty.
Okay.
So just the top of the seal, where the seal goes, that's what we're cleaning. Okay, we take a little
That was nasty.
sleeve retainer Loctite. We use about that much. That should be enough for doing the whole, all four. Just smear a coat on there around. When you get inside your top of your guide like that, get it off of there. You don't want to stick on there. See, I still got some left over for the other head. See? This shit costs money, you don't need to be using much of it. The biggest thing is you don't need much because it's liquid, it only covers the surface. I still got some left for, I can do another head. Wasted that. Oh well. I'm not going to put it back in the bottle. Okay, then we got a little assembly lube. This will be the red stuff. Finger again. This finger gets used a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, that goes in the head. Guess which one it goes into. You always want to have some kind of lubricant on your valves when you put them together. Don't put them in there dry. Okay, exhaust valve. I always rotate them when I put them in. Make sure it lubricates the whole guide evenly. Okay. You take your valve seal right there and you push it on. Just kind of push uneven as you go like this. Rock it around, it'll drop in. Don't need no fancy thing on there. You don't have to worry about cutting the seal if you do it right. So you just roll it around. It's like putting your shoe on, getting the right spot, it goes on. Steel hammer. So when you got the tool set up correctly, you beat it in until it hits the head right there, and that means the seal's down far enough. Or when it stops, whichever comes first. Go down. Okay, make sure the seal is on there tight. Rotate it. If the seal rotates, it's loose, it's no good. Make sure it has drag on the guide. If you beat the seal down too deep and it shoves it up too big, it loses tension, it doesn't work. So if there's no tension on the valve, you don't have the seal's bad. Next thing you want to do is check your lift to make sure you got clearance. So we have 680 thou. How big of a cam you got?
Factory.
That was about 650. Seal takes up 125. What's that drop you to? 525. So you're clearance for 525 lift. Then the seal starts tagging. If you do a cam, you shorten the guide up about 50 thou and you got room to put a 585 lift cam in it. But we didn't do that, so. Remember I asked you what you were doing the first time?
I'll circle back to right now.
Yeah, see, those questions I asked do matter. See. Wasn't just trying to make it look stupid.
That's all good. Do what you need to do.
Okay, so that one's all in there good. Alright, put the seals on there, don't screw them up. It's your fault if you do.
Just like that. Just work them all over.
Roll them in there. You can feel them when they push in.
Okay.
Good. Okay, take a scale and measure it. So we had about 650, that's 606 lines and a half. So you got hundreds here, so you go up to 6 from 1 inch, so drop down 3.5, 350, it'll be 650. Push the valve all the way up. Make sure it's all the way up.
And then you go from the base of the seal up.
From the top of the seal lip to the keeper groove is just a rough dimension. Most of the time the keeper groove is below the collar on the Evo. Not always, but most of the time. So you're on the fine reading, it's harder to read it.
So go that way.
If you flip it over like that, go to
Oh,
100 thou,
okay.
you just kind of guess halfway up to 6 to 7, you're good.
Yeah, it's right in the middle.
It's not exact science, but just get it close. We're doing quick and dirty, but this is more work than you do if you're just doing really quick and dirty.
Same.
We're actually checking stuff. See, I'm in the habit of checking stuff while I'm doing it, just to make sure it's correct. Otherwise it comes back. Oh, dumbass, didn't put the seal on all the way. Oh, dumbass, the seal doesn't work. You didn't check it to see if the seal works. Here. It's working, so the valve didn't fall. All right, straight on. Good deal. Now you're my way. If you want to work the camera. How are your camera working? There you go. Now you put the springs in there. Remember I had those important tools out? I forgot the other hammer.
You have to get the metal hammer.
Yeah. Okay, you want to make sure the lower collar goes over the seal. They don't always go over. See how it's tight?
Yeah.
Okay, don't push straight on, push at an angle. And why it doesn't go over? Because it's supposed to. That one's not going over. That's not good. So what I mean, 85 collars are tighter than regular ones.
Like everything else with these, huh?
Damn. All right, well, let me grab me a socket over here. We'll make it go on. You shouldn't have to be doing this. We're going to beat on the socket. We're going to use the soft one though. Same deal. We'll push it at an angle though. Okay, so now it went over it. Now you got to blow underneath to make sure there's no chip. Shears metal off. Blow it just to make sure. Okay, where's our next one? See how tight that was going over the guide?
Oh yeah.
It wasn't supposed to be that tight. I guess for 85 they made these things really tight. Give a blow job under there. Nothing came up. Okay. Does the collar go down? Kind of snug. Go down.
It's snug in there.
It went down now. Okay.
It did, yeah. It's all the way to the bottom.
Okay. Next one. You get the routine figured out, right?
I think so.
That one has, that goes tight too. That one.
Yep.
At an angle, at an angle. You're going straight. Takes more pressure straight. We're not trying to beat the guy's seal down further. Screws up the seal. There you go. You gotta blow it out. Okay, check to make sure the valve still got tension on it. Seal drag?
Yeah, seal's dragging.
Good, good. Still working then. Because you beat straight on and push the seal down deeper yet.
So put an angle like that.
Hey, we got one that went on correctly. Yeah, we got 1 out of 3.
1 out of 4 is not bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
So now you build your springs on there, I'm
And
assuming.
now we go ahead and assemble it up. Okay, so you got 2 springs. Don't forget to put the inner one in. Just hold it with your finger on the bottom. You have to rotate the keeper the right direction. There's a taper to them.
Okay.
See how they taper?
Mm-hmm.
So big parts on the outside. Just lay that one up on top. See?
All right.
Hold it with your thumb and release. See, it's in there. Same thing again. Oops.
Slid it.
Goes. It looks like it's in there all the way. Now you bang the top of the keeper, each one. I just make sure everything's seated in there correctly. If it hits you in the face, it wasn't in there all the way. So you can see how the keeper is now in there all the way. Let's see the camera. So you make sure in there flat. And that one's dead. Okay, slam it in there. Got two of them in there?
Yep.
Got a top?
Inner, outer, top.
There you go. Missing one keeper. We go flinging somewhere?
We got 3 out of the 4.
Yeah, we're kind of getting all 4. It's probably under the head over there somewhere. This is alright. Keeper's missing. I cleaned 8.
You did.
Yeah. Laying in the head anywhere. What do we do with it? Oil. It's gotta be here somewhere. No, you wouldn't think. Yeah. Find it?
Maybe. Nope.
Yeah, that's dirt.
That ain't it.
Another bad spring. Wonderful.
I think I'll make it with half of them.
Yeah, we only need one keeper for that valve, right? It's not that important.
It's not mine.
Yeah, see? It's not his head, doesn't matter. Alright, what's gotta be here somewhere? We took them all out. Pretty sure we took them all out.
We did.
We did? Okay, I'm just making sure.
There were 8 of them.
Alright, we'll be back in a minute. We're in a great keeper hunt. Okay, we're back. No keeper. I had to go grab one out of inventory. The other one will show up at some point. Somewhere. Remember, mine's the blue one. So when I find yours, you swap it out and give them back, right?
Sounds good, yeah.
Okay, good.
Tear it down for you.
Yeah, no problem. We know where it's not. It's not in the head. I checked the other head.
Took all 4.
It's more important to know where it's not than where it is. It does not belong in any other part. A nice pretty blue one in there now.
I'll show that off.
Okay, so now the head's all rebuilt. See, these look rebuilt? They look dirty. So, but they're all rebuilt, kind of. That little bit we did is probably worth about 5 to 8 horsepower. Because if it's leaking, you gain lots of power real quick. Alright, and I'll hopefully cut down some of the oil. Can't vouch for the rings very well, but at least it won't leak past the seals now. Alright, that's how you do a $5 head job, I guess. Valve job. $5. That was price, wasn't it? You said 5?
That was 8.
8? Oh,
Yeah, you told me
on the
8.
seals were 8.
Okay, the seals were 8.
I'm going to break even on this job then. Alright. You forgot tax. Another $1. 9. We're up to $9. Alright, that's it for now.